But first, the man from Newport Pagnell scarred for life after being struck by a glass bottle at a nightclub. Blake Golding was 21 when it happened in Milton Keynes nearly 2 years ago.
Blake's parents want the government to pass a law forcing late-night venues to serve drinks in plastic containers. Now, as the Health Secretary Patricia Hewitt calls for higher taxes on alcohol to curb binge drinking, their MP has presented a bill to Parliament. Victoria Webb reports.
A quiet drink in the pub during a lunch break, but on a Friday or Saturday night, in the wrong hands, these glasses can become extremely dangerous weapons. 23-year-old Blake Golding found that out 2 years ago.
In the early hours of Christmas morning in 2004, Blake was working as a doorman here at Bar Me in Milton Keynes. He went to help out a colleague and ended up being brutally attacked by someone holding a bottle. That could have been prevented if that bottle hadn't been made from glass.
These are the injuries Blake received, scars he has to live with for the rest of his life.
Sometimes he's angry, sometimes he'll be depressed and he just won't want to get out of bed. Sometimes he'll accept the scars that are on his face, and sometimes he just thinks he looks in the mirror and there's a monster looking back.
Since that night, the Golding family has campaigned to stop late-night venues using glass to serve drinks. Instead, they're suggesting they use containers made from polycarbonate that are very difficult to shatter, and hopefully this would reduce the horrifying number of attacks. There are 1.2 million alcohol-related incidents reported every year, and research shows that glass bottles or glasses are the most common weapon used in violent assaults in the UK. 18,000 people have signed the Golding family's petition, and Marjorie and her husband have learnt a lot about the problem along the way.
We've spoken to thousands of youngsters which have been either glass or bottled, and we're seeing some horrendous scarring. Youngsters which have lost their eyesight, scars right down the face, down the neck. Everybody we speak to, they know somebody which has been either glass or bottled in these late night clubs and bars.
The family's campaign is being supported by their local MP Mark Lancaster. He presented a bill to the House of Commons on Tuesday and it received cross-party support. A second reading is due in the middle of November, but with this session of Parliament ending in 2 weeks, it's unlikely to become law just yet.
We're not trying to insist on every pub using this. It's only in designated zones where there's lots of pubs very close together, lots of young people, out having a good time. But those are the situations where sometimes, violence can break out.
Marjorie and Robert are continuing to visit nightclubs in the area to get people to support them. They say they won't be happy until the law is changed. Victoria Webb, Anglia News, Milton Keynes.